What's going on, everybody? I'm Chad Jacob, 2014 alumni here. I'm going to talk to you just a tiny bit with you guys today. So I kind of want to start out, let's be a little interactive here. First of all, FCA leaders, stand up, please. Round of applause, everybody, please. These guys are awesome, okay? Now, the enthusiasm, I love it. Okay, so raise your hand now if you currently play a sport here at Woodbridge.
Oh, I do.
Love it. Love it. Raise your hand if you either were and or are involved still with film production. We'll talk after this. Raise your hand if any of you guys have been fortunate enough to be on some sort of formal dance court, nominated for any of that. Oh boy. Now raise your hand if you guys are, instead of this, involved in any other clubs here on campus. Awesome. All right, last one. Raise your hand if you're a student here at Woodbridge. I don't know why people aren't raising their hands, but let's get this thing rolling. Okay. So what I did there, I basically painted my brief overall picture for you guys to who I was, what I was here at Woodbridge High School. I was fortunate and blessed enough to be dipped into all these different social groups, to make friends, to challenge people, to just be friendly to the Woodbridge community, and I was able to do that in so many groups. So why am I talking about this? Why am I sharing kind of my story with you guys today? And I kind of want to get real with you guys, okay? Quite frankly, what's going on today? Everyone likes to assume things. Everyone likes to assume how people are doing. Everyone likes to assume that if you play sport, you're probably a mean guy or girl, both. People like to judge others. You know, if you're in a club and if someone's in a club and you're not in that club, people like to think that other people are being exclusive or leaving people out, and that's mean. When we start to compare each other to others, when we start to assume how others are doing, when we form judgment, we begin to criticize others. And when we begin to criticize others, we cut each other off from communicating with one another. You know, I don't care if you're sitting top left and bottom right? We cut each other off from that communication of how other people are doing. When I was a freshman in high school, I was definitely one of these guys. I still am one of these guys. Praying about it every day. You know, I assumed I was a freshman on the baseball team, and I really looked up to our senior shortstop, and I thought he had it all together. He was committed to a Division I school. He was a baller, really good guy. Kind of started to know his story a little bit more through the grapevine, and he didn't have it all together. And I'm sure you guys kind of formed those assumptions about a lot of people around campus. You know, I dealt with a lot in high school and now, and when I was little. I come from a broken family, very broken. I was dealing with sports anxiety. People thought I was this guy in high school that was always really good at baseball, which fortunately I was. But there was a little something, missing there. Grades, normal high school pressure, okay? Normal anxiety, tough anxiety. All this stuff was building up on me, okay? When I was sitting in these bleachers 5-6 years ago, hearing a good message, okay? At that time, right, I thought that I was, I knew I was gonna be okay, but quite frankly, guys, what I would have loved for somebody to do I surrounded myself with a great friend group and everything, and you know, I had family that loved me, coaches, you know, very blessed. But what I really would have loved for somebody to do, you know, I would have loved for somebody, didn't care who, didn't care if you were 3 years older or younger than me, didn't care if you were taking pre-algebra or calculus, I don't care. I would have loved, more than you guys know, for somebody to come up to me and truly sit down with me and ask me how I was doing. Okay? Because I was going through a lot, as I'm sure everyone that's sitting in a bleacher right now is as well. Okay? So, as I got older, you know, again, I told you I was dipping into these other different social groups, and I have a story to tell you guys, and this started to happen a lot in life, okay? People would meet me, right, and have this judgment formed on me, you know, that I was just some jock that didn't really know much, that was kind of stupid, whatever, throw any negative what you want in there. As I started to dip into these different social groups, okay, I actually got a lot of apologies throughout the years. Now, why did that happen? Why the heck did that happen? Why was I being apologized to? I'll tell you why, okay? People, you know, they formed judgment on me. I was fortunate enough to be the Warrior TV anchor here, my senior year. I had a blast, to say the least, okay? The director of Warrior TV came up to me, I think, two broadcasts, whatever you want to call it. Maybe Warrior TV guy can help me out. Help me out. Whatever you want to call it, 2 shows. She came up to me. She helped me get the spot. And kind of that discussion went, oh, you know, everyone thinks that you'd be good for it, so I gave it to you. So we started to have more discussion, okay? And she apologized and she said, Chad, I'm really sorry for how I treated you in middle school. I'm really sorry for how I treated you in high school. I'm really sorry for passing judgment on you through the years in high school because you're different. You know, you're not who people make you out to be, okay? And so why I'm saying this to you guys right now is because I don't care who you are. You do the same exact thing, okay? You know, I don't care if you don't play anything. You're just a normal student here. I don't care if you're involved in every club, sport thing here. Okay, we all do it, and quite frankly, guys, we all have feelings. Okay, so kind of my senior year, I'm gonna give you guys another story. Okay, we kind of added a new guy to our friend group. This dude was awesome. Okay. I didn't surround myself, I surrounded myself with very loving people, but you kind of have to understand nobody's perfect, okay? So some of the people in my friend group were struggling with some things, and when they saw this new guy come along, he was, you know, out of shape, overweight, his hair kind of felt kind of funny, you know, he wore these abnormally high white socks all the time, right? This kid's obnoxious. This kid was dope. No, this kid was awesome, and you know, it's really cool hearing him. You know, when we hang out, how thankful he was to have me in his life at the time that he did. Because, quite frankly, a lot of my friends would run away from him at break, and I'd be quote unquote stuck with the guy. That's one of the best things that, you know, kind of happened. One of the best things that kind of happened to me in high school. I was able to connect with people. You know, I was able to, for some reason, used to, you know, brighten people's days, be genuine, be kind, be loving. You know, so I challenge you guys. You know, we do a lot of assumings. We make a lot of assumptions. Instead of assuming, I don't care if, you know, you're the person that's doing it. I don't care if you see a person in your friend group, in your social circle, in your club, while you're on set at Warrior TV, while you're playing a sport, I don't care, okay? I challenge you guys to not be assumers, but I challenge you guys to be pursuers, okay? Because I think that is super important, okay? We are made to communicate with one another. We are made to love one another. You know, through God, our walk with God, that is what we're made here to do. We're supposed to reach out to others, okay? It was really cool. At church, I was at church the other day, and the guy was talking about, super great pastor at Saddleback. He was talking about how, you know, you isolate yourself, you know, you choose to be lonely, that's great, whatever. Short-term fix, whatever you want to call it, right? But when you're doing that, you're shielding yourself from a society that, believe it or not, actually loves you. Whether you see it in scripture, whether you see it online, whether you see it through your friend, whether you see it through your enemy, okay? Believe me guys, we were made out of love, and we're made to communicate with one another, and we're made to pursue each other, okay? Not only in good times, but in the most darkest of times that we've got going right at this moment, okay? And I don't know how much time I'm supposed to have or was gonna have, or if there's a set, but I'm kind of gonna end it with a Bible verse from John 13:35, okay? And it goes something like this. It says, "Your love for one another proves to the world that you are his disciples." Okay, so how can we relate this right now? Okay, so I'm going to paint a little picture for you guys. When I graduated in 2014. We were in the small gym. I'm sure maybe some of you guys can remember that time still. Okay, so now why were you guys at some point, why were we in the small gym? Because it was small, because there wasn't enough people to fill seats, right? We didn't want to take up a big gym. People were doing this, people were hanging out there. Okay? But quite frankly, I know a lot of you guys. I'm best friends with some of your guys' siblings. I trained some of you guys over at our baseball facility. Okay? I hear you guys' names through the grapevine. Okay? And what you guys are doing here is great, to say the very least. And I know that people probably come up here and say, maybe some of the same stuff. I have no clue, right? I haven't been to one of these huddles in a while, right? But you guys are truly doing something great, okay? And I don't want a no or a cold shoulder or someone telling you to F off or something, okay, to deter you. Alrighty? Because it just takes one word. It takes one person, okay, for them to totally change their way of thinking. Maybe they're not having the best day, but if we continue to pursue instead of assume how people are doing, I think that, who we are with our walk in God, who we are as people, who we're meant to be through Him and for each other, I think that'll blossom, and maybe one day, we'll fill two bleachers, we'll get both sides rolling. I'd love to see that, and I'm sure a lot of people that kind of I've started this thing, that continue to grow up through this FCA thing, that are leaders now, would love to see that as well. I'm sure, everyone standing over there, super, super grateful for you guys helping out every week, honestly. I'm sure they'd love to see that as well. And as you guys get older and you start to understand some more of this stuff, I pray that you guys, also take into consideration how cool this thing is and how cool it can be. But instead of assuming, we can start to pursue one another through God and with God out of love. Okay? So I'm kind of going to end it. I don't know if that was short. I don't know if that was long, but whatever. I want to end it in prayer, and we can continue to have a great Monday. Okay, guys? Dear God, thank you so much for this Monday. I pray that you continue watching over the community here at Woodbridge, that you continue watching over everyone, that you be with everyone in school, in sports, in clubs, shooting that show at Warrior TV. I pray that you work with them, God, that you lift them up, their fear, their anxiety, their doubt, their resentment, their anger, God. I pray that instead of assuming, we can change some words around in that, and we can start to pursue. Lord, I pray that you continue to work through this very beautiful community, Lord, because in 2014, when I graduated, it's blossomed into something even cooler. I pray that you continue to keep watching over these guys, that you just leave all their doubts. Let them leave all your doubts on you, Lord. We love you. Thank you so much for everything, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Sweet. Have a marvelous Monday.